He said, I miss you more every day. She told him, honey, you'll be okay. He said, I can't live without you. She told him, honey, you have to. His hand was shaking on the telephone. They were together but so alone. She hated hearing his voice like that. Then he spoke up with all he had. Oh, why don't you come to Ohio? She said, I'd love to, but I don't know. He said, I just don't want to touch you. This life alone's hard to get through. Can't seem to tell if I'm up or down. I'd like to hold what I have found. These pictures that you're sending me, well, I'm just worried that's all they'll be. So he tried again with a lump in his throat. Oh, why don't you come to Ohio? She heard him sigh, so she did say, I never knew love could be this way. I've been wishing that you could be near. I wanna feel you, but you're not here. I go to work and come home again. Oh, wait for your call every night and then. Every night when I lay my head, I cry 'cause you're not with me in bed. His voice was raspy, but here's what he said. Oh, why don't you come to Ohio? She said, I'd love to, but I don't know. He said, I just don't want to touch you. This life alone's hard to get through. Why don't you come to Ohio? I'd like to hold what I have found. These pictures that you're sending me, well, I'm just worried that's all they'll be. So why don't you come to Ohio? Whoa, whoa. I just don't want to touch you. This life alone's hard to get through. Why don't you come to Ohio? I'd like to hold what I have found. These pictures that you're sending me, well, I'm just worried that's all they'll be. So why don't you come to Ohio? Why don't you come to Ohio?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
back. I've been your Jack the Ripper. You got inside my head and burrowed even deeper. I feel the knife beat the serrated edge. I played your crazy games. You left your golden edge. And then you let me go and think you're the only one who's got what I need. And I will make it bleed. You tore my heart apart and I will let it bleed. I will beg and plead. No, I will beg and plead, beg and plead, beg and plead. I was your king. I was your king of fools. You later out my soul to nowhere left to go. Your rival child, you know they suit you well. You live your luxuries while I burn in this hell. And then you let me go and think you're the only one who's got what I need. And I will beg and plead. You tore my heart apart and I will let it bleed. I will beg and plead. No, I will beg and plead, beg and plead, beg and plead. And then you let me go and think you're the only one who's got what I need. And I will beg and plead. You tore my heart apart and I will let it bleed. I will beg and plead. No, I will beg and plead. And then you let me go and think you're the only one who's got what I need. And I will beg and plead. You tore my heart apart and I will let it bleed. I will beg and plead. No, I will beg and plead, beg and plead, beg and plead. After we broke away, I went back to my old ways. After all the times we shared, it brings me down to throw them away. On a dark, lonely night, I made my way to the bridge. Like the earth needs the sun, you gave me warmth when we were one. If I could look across the bridge and see tomorrow, I'd hope to find you standing next to me. There by my side, sharing our dreams, just a prisoner of a dream. There by my side, sharing our dreams, just a prisoner of a dream. Throw my wish into the water, watch it tumble down. At the top of the bridge, looking down, down. Throw my wish into the water, watch it tumble down. At the top of the bridge. In the end, I held too close. Was that so wrong? The dreams I thought were too real, my love's too strong. Well, on a dark, lonely night, embracing thoughts of you, to have made the times worthwhile, we'll just have to do. If I could look across the bridge and see tomorrow, I'd
Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. What's up, Cleveland?
What a great intro, Jeff. You did quite a job. 3 songs, kicking it off.
Well, thank you so much. I worked on it quite a bit. I have to make sure our levels are up. Ah, sweet. Everything's working just fine. Sweetness.
There weren't those nasty delays in between the songs and stuff. So we're getting there.
Getting
pretty
better.
High class now.
Yeah, well,
So
we're at it.
hi, everybody. I see there's already some people listening.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, Jim, we've been at it 6 months now, and Cleveland, we love you. We're doing great. We're building the audience, and everything's been flowing.
Wow.
Flowing like waves.
Just wow.
Just wow, baby. Well, welcome to Outlaw Radio Nation, Cleveland's #1 music news show, with great music tonight by Mr. Moonlight, My Cleveland Project, James Ward, Devil's Rodeo, Idiot Cargo, PCD 555 from France, the Gene Reed Band, Stadler, and you heard at the top of the hour, you heard Matt J. Chase would Come to Ohio.
Oh, that song is mixed so well.
Oh, mixed so well.
Everything about it is just top notch. It should be at every country station in Ohio at least by now, right, Matt?
Exactly.
Come on, you could do it.
#1, baby. It should be #1 in the country charts locally.
It should. I listened to a bunch of country this morning again, and laying in bed, and you're light years ahead of everybody in that racket.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Aaron Stahl's doing really well in Nashville. Big explosion in the country music scene. It has a hard rock edge to it. I really like it.
She made a post on Facebook. We're friends, and it was like a top 10 list of, how it is for her right now, trying to make it in this business. It's not easy. Her family is kind of split up because her son was getting older and wanted to stay here, and she had to go there. There's a lot of trials and tribulations to try to make it. So
yeah. Well, applause to her for sure, because, and this goes out to Aaron Stahl.
Aaron, yes.
That takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication. We're rooting for you here in Cleveland. We hope you do really well. The other thing is Matt J. Chase, that song Come to Ohio. Guys out there in Outlaw Radio Nation land, if you could send an email to our state governor, tell him that you want Matt J. Chase Come to Ohio for travel and tourism as our state song, would be very cool. West Virginia has Country Roads.
It's the perfect song,
right?
For Ohio. It would just be great.
Denver has, that John Denver song, Rocky Mountain High?
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah. Although that isn't Joe Walsh does one too. I don't know.
Rocky Mountain something.
Rocky Mountain Way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that should be a state song, Come to Ohio. And then at the top of the show, we played 2 bands in a row.
Yes, we did. We played Choke Chain.
Very cool band.
And then we ended up with Rev It Up. That's a pretty cool name for a band, Rev It Up.
Yeah, have you noticed we've been playing a lot more female vocalists?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's very cool. Well, we got those 2 bands, and there's going to be 2 more bands coming on from Dave Teeter. He's out of Las Vegas. He manages those 2 bands. He also managed Poison, if you don't know who he is. But he'll actually be on our show with us on the 27th.
Wow.
So we have a huge lineup for that show. It's going to be really good. All right, also tonight at 7:45, we have the Paranormal Chef, Matt Gutka, is going to stop on. We're going to talk about the Tibetan Book of the Dead. We're not going to do the Anton LaVey thing. We're going to stay away from the Satanist stuff for a little bit. At 8 o'clock, we have Dave Kovatch from the Sacred Vortex in Cleveland. He's going to come on. He's the brewmaster, the shaman, and the Kava innovator. And he'll be on at 8.
When is that? Oh, yeah, it's
not too
40
far.
40 minutes.
It'll be a good time. So let's get right to it, Jim. We opened tonight's show, as you know, with Choke Chain, Rev It Up. It was pretty cool. Matt J. Chase started it all off for us. But I have some cool stuff I want to show you, all right? And I got to find it. But, man, we have so many people who have already joined the show. It's fantastic. All right, so we have a whole bunch of video stuff that was sent to us. I want to show you just a couple. And, of course, this is our brand new advertisement. that's our new advertisement. And then I saw this, and I have to put this up because it made me laugh. But this is our boss over in South Carolina. This is Angelina Green, and this is a little thing she put on.
Good evening, Metal Maniacs. This is Angelina Green, the Batgirl. And the Metal Mistress is coming up. That's
That
right.
laugh,
She's
right?
back.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I don't know what I'm going to play, but I'm going to play a great show. So if you're up and it's late, tune in to Rockstar Radio Underground. I'll be on there shortly.
I think she's watching right now, isn't she? Or
Yeah, I think she's watching right now.
Watch, listen.
What's up, Angelina?
Angelina.
Nice to see you out there, hon. I had to put that up there for you.
We saw your legs today.
Nice and pink.
You posted them on Facebook, so it's public domain.
Yeah, I saved that photo for later.
Did I give it away again?
No, you didn't. I was about to say, I hope she
always
does.
say things
Oh, my.
at wrong times.
And Matt Kuka said, fantastic tunes out there.
Hey, Matt.
Janine Springs says she was talking about Aaron Stahl. She's talking about you got to follow your dreams. She's exactly right.
And I'm not going to talk about Rita today.
No, it's not Rita. Not the Rita.
It's
that,
actually
we all know.
the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service. It's a fake company. Unbelievable.
Jim's excited. He can't wait to talk about it.
It goes on and on. I'm only going to scratch the surface.
But Matt Guga's out there promoting those babies. Like, hit that button and subscribe. Put a thumbs up and thank you. Thanks, Matt. Very cool. All right, so we have some news I want to get to. The Borough Burn 420 Shakedown. We're doing a live broadcast there out in Wellington. We tested everything out. We're good to go. We're going to be there 12 to 2 Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll be doing pictures. We'll be doing other fun stuff throughout the day with friends and family. We'll be bringing people up for interviews. We have Nick Caruso is going to be with us on Saturday, so we're going to bring him up. We're going to bring everybody up, Jim.
That's very good.
And then we have a special announcement.
Anybody could do it, right?
Anybody can. Anybody can come up, sit down with us, and talk about whatever you want to talk about. It'll be a good time. It'll be outside. It'll be fun. It'll be chilling. It'll be nice. Also, we have a special announcement for the 420 Shakedown for Saturday. The lineup is freaking amazing. I'm pretty happy with it. Saturday night, we have the rock and music of Shelley, Jim Bellinger, Avenging Scarlet, and Dwayne Albert's Devil's Rodeo closing out the night. And we have a cool-ass sound system from Nick Caruso with those Warlocks.
Yes, the same system as last year, and it was outstanding, everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So also in the news, we had a lot of stuff this week. We went out quite a bit, didn't we, Jim? As always.
Yeah, we made a few stops, a few friendly stops, a few stops that weren't so friendly. Or not a few, but at least one maybe.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it right now. Thursday night, we went out. We went to the Sacred Vortex, had a great time, got our Kava on. With those shots were really cool that we had.
They were really good, yes.
Dave will have to explain to us the benefits again, because I already forgot what the benefits were of that drink.
I don't remember either, but it was really tasty.
But I had a Botanical soda.
You got up and you started singing, though.
Yeah, I did. I sang the Cars. I never sang that song
with
before.
Eleanor. The two of you made a pretty good-looking couple there. Oh. Dave noticed something, too. Dave even said, hey.
Oh, hey, do you want to see the photo? I showed it at the top of the show, but...
I want to see that again. Yeah,
I'll show you one more time.
It looks. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. All right. I like Eleanor. I think she's super cool. She's into the spiritual stuff like I am. She's a practicing witch, which is super, super cool. Not only that, she's a really nice person, and she likes music, and, she's pretty.
She's not the shy type either.
No, she's not the shy type.
Confidence and...
Confident, very confident.
Has a nice way about her.
We were talking like when she was serving us, and you said to me, "You go, man. That girl would be a fantastic girlfriend." And I'm like, "Yeah, she probably would be a great girlfriend to some guy, definitely."
I was just dreaming for a second there, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it, but yeah, she's very cool. And besides that, you're exactly right, Jim. She's very confident. She's very strong-minded, and she's a cool person. And besides all that, she is my favorite Kava tender at Sacred Vortex. She's always smiling, right?
What song did you guys sing again?
Oh man,
you started off really super high.
yeah.
I mean,
I was
voice
high too.
Yeah. And we were beginning to wonder, but then the second verse, you brought it all back together, though.
Yeah, that's why me and her were laughing, because I looked at her and I was like, I don't know this song very well. I thought I knew it, but I don't. I just knew the low parts, but I don't know. It was the Cars. Maybe she's listening.
Oh, that's right. Is that All We Needed or something?
No, it wasn't that one. That one's definitely a lot higher. I've sang the Cars before. I like them. But yeah, that song, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up when we play a song when we're on break. But yeah.
Drive.
No, it wasn't Drive. I wanted to do Drive, but we did something else.
That's their coolest song, I think, ever.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
Now it's going to drive me crazy trying to think when it is. But hey, there's something really cool going on the 24th through the 26th. The Fan Expo in Cleveland. I was telling you about this the other day. At the Huntington Convention Center. So you could, it's a cosplay thing. Keep your phones and cameras charged up for photo ops. Head down to Huntington Convention Center for one of Cleveland's biggest celebrations of nerdiness. From comic book creators to the voice actors of legendary Christopher Lloyd.
I'd like to go to that, actually.
I kind of would do. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I'm sporting, because it is the Fan Expo, I'm sporting Morbius today. I don't know if you guys seen that movie. It was pretty good. But this is Morbius, the comic book thing.
Ah, very nice.
So also in the news, Hawthorne Heights at the House of Blues, March 25th. Emo nights are big in Cleveland, and why not get back to the real thing? Hawthorne Heights does that song "Ohio's for Lovers," which is super cool, and that's why I included it in today's news.
Good choice.
Also, sent to me this week, and he asked for us to give him some shout-outs and some radio play, which we have him in the rotation on Rockstar Radio, is Midnight Whiskey Massacre in the UK. He just released Devil's Grin, and he has the new single Rocking Chair, and he released a whole album.
I hope they're listening.
And yeah, I hope you're listening out there. If not, I'm sure you'll catch the show later. You know, he is in the UK, and I think it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning right now.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting.
So there's a big...
They're Betty Bye.
Yeah, or they might be partying. Who knows? I know James War's probably staying up and watching the show tonight. But yeah, we got some cool news. And then, all right, so let's talk about it, because we do have about a few minutes before we're going to bring on Matt Gutka with the Paranormal Chef.
I will start by saying I've never been at an open mic night playing where they refuse to turn you up.
And it's not like you were playing at a ridiculous level that you were so loud. I could barely hear you over the bass.
No, you couldn't hear me at all, even when no one else was playing. I just can't figure out what that scene was all about, basically.
All right, so let me start it off and say that it's not often that we go out and feel unwelcome at venues. It's crazy when you get hate from people from just ridiculous gossip. And we've come to the point now, we've been a show for 6 months. We barely ever talk shit about anyone. But there's times when you have to make a stand and you have to say something. So we're going to say something today. And just to give you a little background, I'm going to tell you a quick background thing on this story, so to catch you up on everything. So me and Jim went to this venue in Cleveland, and it was my first time there, and it was really cool. Jim got up on stage. He played with the band. Josh Donato was playing that night. Fantastic guitar player. That's for you, Josh. You're amazing. Okay, and no disrespect to you, but the venue that we're going to discuss, you obviously play at. And I probably would come there again just to see you play, but I would never probably spend a dime in there. And I also would never go there if you're not there. But let me back up and say this. So we went there, me and Jim. We hung out one night. Jim played music. It was a great scene. The vibe was very cool, very upbeat. We had a good time. We talked to the owner. We talked about Outlaw Radio and coming there and doing shit because we thought it was a cool place. So then she texts me and writes me, and she's like, hey, we had a band drop off. We wanted to see if we can get Mr. Moonlight to play. And I was like, that'd be fantastic. Jim played the show. And to be cool, Jim wanted to give back, pay forward. So he gave the tips he made, which was around $20 to the bartender. And no disrespect to her whatsoever. And then he got paid like $40 or something like that. And he took that money and gave it back to the venue as a pay it forward thing, right?
That is correct.
So then, a couple weeks go by, and she had asked me when we were there, she was like, hey, do you think Mr. Moonlight would like to play again? Would you guys like to do something up here? And I was like, yeah, it'd be really cool. How about Mr. Moonlight and Dwayne Albert and a couple other bands, And she was all about it. And then sent her a private message. No return. Sent her another message. No return. Went out for like 2 weeks, man. No return. Nothing. Right? So then we go up on the Thursday. It's really packed. And Megan Stepp goes up there. And she just happens to be friends with a lot of people that really dislike me. Right? And every time she seems to go somewhere, afterwards, it seems like they don't want to talk to me anymore. Very coincidental. I don't know.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Figure out.
Makes you think a
one way
little
or
bit.
Another. It's weird.
But I said to Jim that night that she was up there for her open mic night. I looked at Jim and I go, they're never going to talk to us again. I'll tell you right now that probably after this, they'll have a totally different opinion and won't want to work with us. And then it's true. So after that, last Thursday went out. And then afterwards, Jim wanted to go up to open mic night, which we went up there. Owner would not look at us, not talk to us. I felt very disrespected and unwelcome, definitely for sure.
And they didn't turn me up at all.
Yeah, and then
that must have been that can't be a part of it. I mean, that was some bass player that I don't know.
that bass player is a dick.
Hey, I can't hear myself. Oh, you're plenty loud. You're too loud, actually.
No, maybe because he was sitting right next to the amp. But no, in the audience, you could barely hear it. But okay, so that's Spotlight Cleveland. I won't be back. I don't like to feel unwelcome. And normally I don't ever say who it is and shit like that, but I'm saying it today because I'm a fucking outlaw.
It's pretty weird, I will say.
Yeah, I thought it was strange. I didn't like the vibe whatsoever. I looked at Jim and I go, I just want to get out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. And that's our story for Thursday. And that's for you guys out there to hear about that.
So there's some good and some bad.
Yeah.
Have to deal with it. We're moving on. I don't need to go back there.
No, we don't need to be there. If they don't want our business, they don't want our business. If they don't want you to play there and they don't want Outlaw Radio in there, that's fine. There's plenty of other places that we hang out at that we have a good time. And I'll just say them right now. Sacred Vortex. Super cool place. Right?
Oh, it's one of the finest places to go to. There's so much to do there. In the summer, they have a big patio in the back. It's just beautiful back there, too.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's going to be so much fun this summer. Hanging out with Eleanor. All their Kava tenders and bartenders are awesome. Dave Kovatch, the nicest guy in the world. And I've known Dave now for a couple of years, and we hang out there all the time. Hey, Jamie Watts, what's up, baby? I see you on the show there. Also, the other thing is Whiskeyville and South Amherst. Super nice, right?
Oh, yeah. No problem with those people.
No problem whatsoever. Solid Gold Lounge. Super cool.
Yes.
Had a great time there. Smedley's. After the show tonight, we're actually going up to Smedley's, and we're going to probably get a little bite to eat and have some ginger ales.
I think the kitchen's open till 1 for all of you that are hungry later on.
Everybody in Cleveland, you should come up to Smedley's tonight. Is there music tonight?
I don't. Oh, a lot of it on Mondays they might have something. Yes.
It's Sunday.
Yes, I played there on a Sunday. So.
Yeah. So that's where we're gonna head tonight. Smedley's always super nice and very welcoming. Backstage bar, very welcoming. West Park Station, very welcoming. Many places, but then there's the few that that aren't. Maple Grove, Cleveland Spotlight, and some others. I'm not sure. But there's some other ones, I'm sure of it. But that's just how the cookie crumbles, right?
I was going to say that.
You were really going to say how the cookie crumbles?
I thought that somehow. It's so how can that be? It's my mind reading ability. I could read his thoughts.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's do it one more time.
No.
Just tell me what you think I'm thinking.
I get no vibes at all. I don't know if anything's coming out of that noggin right now.
There wasn't. I wasn't thinking of anything.
There you go. I'm right. I was right.
You see, he's a mind reader. All right, so we're gonna jump to the next song, and I also want to do what I want to do is I want to dedicate this next song to Spotlight Cleveland, and this comes to us from James War. He's in the United Kingdom. He's a great musician, and I just gotta get this goddamn thing to work. All right, here we go. This song is called "The Road." This is James War. Now, I want you guys out there to listen to the lyrics because the lyrics have a lot to do with the story I just told you about Spotlight Cleveland. Here we go.
Your road is long, mine not so much, and you are strong. Me, I'm not that tough, and you are young. The world is in your hands, don't be afraid. Just try to make your plans and do it your way. They will understand, and if they don't, that's okay. We'll do it anyway. 'Cause it's the road. It's the road. It's the road. Your road is long. You gotta make a choice to be kind. Love your fellow man and to be bold. And try to make your plans, don't be afraid. And try to make a stand and do it your way. They will understand, and if they don't, that's okay. We'll do it anyway. Anyway. 'Cause it's the road. It's the road. It's the road. And do it your way. They will understand, and if they don't, that's okay. We'll do it anyway. Anyway. 'Cause it's the road. It's the road. It's the road. 'Cause it's the road. It's the road. It's the road.
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. What's up, Cleveland? That was fantastic, right? That's James War from the United Kingdom. That song is called The Long Road, and I hope you heard the lyrics out there.
I did.
Yeah, I like that line. You don't have to like us, but that's okay because I'm going to do it my way.
It's
I'm going to do
best.
it anyway.
It's best to be nice.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that song was awesome.
Be nice to your fellow man. Life is short, baby. That's the one thing it remind me of. I had some experience over the over this past weekend where I had to go to the doctor as a quick emergency trip, and the guy next to me passed away at the hospital, heart attack or something like that. Anyway, so when I was in there, I was just reminiscent. Yeah, I was thinking about all the people at the hospital that are sick and not feeling well, and how precious life is and how short it is. And that song reminds me of that. And then when we were out Thursday and got disrespected like a couple of bitches, I was thinking about that. And that song strikes a good chord.
I liked it.
Gotta be nice to your fellow man.
It's different
Yep,
from
for
the
sure.
stuff we've been playing.
All right, everybody. This is the Paranormal Chef.
Hi, guys.
Gutka. What's up?
What's up with you guys?
Hey, man. Living the life, living the dream. You know how it goes.
Yes.
All
Hey,
right,
guys.
So, yeah, go ahead.
I gotta tell you something. Thanks for the support all over this year.
Oh,
It's
man,
my-
no problem.
It's my 1 year anniversary of sobriety.
That's fantastic, bro. Great job. You know, that's a hard thing, Jim. Now, round of applause to Matt Gutka, baby.
Congratulations. That's a hard thing to do. I think it's coming on 3 years for me now.
Congratulations, Jim.
He
Or
smokes.
is it 2?
I'm sorry, smokes. He drinks twice a year, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. You had a
That's-
teeny bit of shot when we were at my Cleveland Project
Yeah.
studio.
It was like a thimble,
A thimble shot.
just a little taste.
And he was like, ooh, yeah, I like this. It was Mad Dog 2020. It reminded him of his high
Ooh,
school days.
you didn't get sick?
Well, I just know I had like a
Damn.
quarter of a shot,
That
an
was
eighth of a shot.
Yeah, it was.
That
it
was
wasn't
right good.
much. But
It didn't taste that bad, actually. I thought it was stronger. Did it taste really strong to you?
I don't know. I'm not used to
Mad
drinking
Dog
Mad Dog
2020.
2020. I'm a whiskey drinker,
That
so
was
that
huge back-
tasted like grape juice to me. Dave Paluzzi out there, I could drink about 40 of those babies. It was like Kool-Aid. Yeah, back in my day, maybe. But yeah, and then I don't drink all that much anymore, Jim, I'll tell you. But I do have a drink maybe once or twice a week. But now I can't, so I need to be good and treat my body right.
You have to be careful what you're consuming right now temporarily
Yep.
while you're on the mend.
We're
Yep.
on the mend.
He's on
I'm
the
glad you're
mend
doing all right.
already.
Jeff.
Yeah, thank you so much. I had a little scare. I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell anybody what it was, but it was traumatic. And
Did you
it
go?
freaked
Did you
me
go
the
in
fuck
for
out.
a penis
I had.
penis section removed because it's
Yeah, I
so
had-
damn large?
It's so big. The doctor told me, he goes, make sure when you go to the restroom to ask for help because you shouldn't be carrying heavy things.
Yes.
I love that one. That one's going to stay forever or until they sue us. Okay. So this week, the Paranormal Show, we took a U-turn on things because we were going to talk about Anton LaVey, but Aleister Crowley freaked me out, and I didn't want to talk about the satanic stuff anymore, and we're both in agreement, right?
Exactly. It happened
Okay.
to me. I thought someone was watching me the night that we were talking about it. It
Yeah.
scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. My first demonic experience that I had scared me too. It doesn't scare me too much anymore. I'm not afraid of that. Although, I'm sure if it caught me by surprise, it would scare me. But so then what I did was I watched a TV program about Buddhism, and it led me down the rabbit hole to the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which I thought the Book of the Dead would be something like really, really crazy, but like the Satanic Bible, also kind of not a letdown. I won't say a letdown, but different than what I thought it was going to be. Okay.
Me too.
So I'm going to jump right into it. I have a whole little story, not a story, but a whole kind of essay on the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and then we'll open up for a little bit of discussion. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the Tibetan Book of the Dead, or Bardo, is a guide for navigating the Bardo, the intermediate state between death and rebirth. That's called the Bardo, and offers teachings on the nature of consciousness, death, and the potential for liberation. At the very moment of my death, for the sake of all beings, I will recognize death as the arising of the inner radiance. At that time, I will recognize the nature of my mind and thereby act for the welfare of all beings. Okay, so the Tibetan Buddhism, which started me down this path was the funeral text that is recited to ease the consciousness of a recently deceased person through death to assist in a favorable rebirth. The book is intended to be read aloud to the dying and the deceased, providing guidance and support during their transition from death to rebirth. So it's not just for the dead, Matt. The book also offers valuable insights into the nature of reality, the path of enlightenment, making it relevant for both the living and the dead. And then there's like a psychological perspective. Some interpretations view the book as a guide to understanding and navigating the psychological states of transition and change rather than solely as a religious text. The Book of the Dead is important because it's a collection of ancient Egyptian mortuary texts, offering valuable insights into their beliefs about the afterlife, death, and gods. And it provided guidance and protection to the deceased on their journey through the underworld. In Buddhist belief, after 49 days of death, the soul is believed to be reborn, completing a cycle of existence. And the 49-day period is considered a crucial time for the deceased soul to purify and transition to the next life. The goal of Buddhism is to achieve nirvana, a state of enlightenment and liberation from the cycle of birth and rebirth. And so this is one thing I'd like to say. This is how I would want to live my life, but I still get pissed off. You know what I mean? And there's also a lot of people out there that are shamans and spiritual practitioners that are still human too that also get pissed off. So that's why I would like to live my life that way, but it's very hard in today's climate. And so, Matt, I'm going to say this, and Jim, do you guys believe in reincarnation? What do you think, Matt?
I do to a point.
Okay, and what's that?
That humans don't reincarnate to, say, an animal. They have to reincarnate to a human or a higher level to go to nirvana or heaven. If you go lower, like to an animal or even a rock or something, that means you're heading down to like a purgatory or a hell or something.
I'm going to reincarnate into a rock. That's fantastic. What'd you do in your past life? A dog shit on me.
Dog shit on me, yes.
Then they built a house out of me. That's hilarious. That's funny.
As going through this thing, you can be reincarnated into an inanimate object. So that's one of the parts of the heavens or the bardo that you are part of, whatever you can be reincarnated into. You can even be reincarnated straight to hell too. So
yeah. What do you think, Jim, about reincarnation?
I'm thinking about it more than I ever have as life goes on. And you start thinking more about your life and how short it is and what's after life. You know, the universe has absolutely everything. The universe is infinite. So that's one possibility. And there's a million billions of different realities and dimensions. And maybe, you know, there's life. I believe that there's life on other planets way out there. After all, what are there, like 2 trillion galaxies or universes?
Yeah. So
I also believe that you can be reincarnated into a Pleiadian or a gray or a mantis or a lizard person. You know, an alien. You don't have to stick to Earth.
Yeah. Well, they say so in different teachings, and from talking to Greg Nichols, who will be on the show April 6th, he said things to me about like rebirth and things like that, where you don't have to come back to Earth. Earth is the hardest school there is. I mean, it's the toughest one.
Yeah.
Because of all the division and all the hate and all the wars, and we haven't rose up to that level of ascension yet. We're still, some of us are still in the 3D and 4D and haven't really rose up to that point yet. So Earth is the hardest of all schools.
Yes, it is.
I believe in reincarnation because I've done past life regression therapy, and I've seen some of my things that we've never really talked about it. Jim will talk about it in private sometime. But I've had experiences. I've had a lot of crazy experiences in life, and that's
I've had people
one of
that
them.
I've had people that are spiritual that said I had a young soul that I need to keep on going with whatever's happening, you know. So
We had a discussion about it, and I asked him if he wanted to be reincarnated, and he's like, only if I can be a man every single time.
yeah,
He doesn't want to come back as a woman, Jim. Jim, do you want to try the woman angle next time?
I think we have to experience it all, and if that's a part of it, then may I be a woman.
Yeah, I don't know. I could rule the world as a woman. I don't know. I don't think I could handle being a woman, though.
I don't know.
Nothing against you ladies, but you got it tough. I don't know. Reincarnation blows my mind.
Yeah,
Here's
it
one
does.
for you. This is the one that blows my mind, and I have a hard time with it. And I'm going to talk to Dave Kovatch when he's on around 8. So if reincarnation is real, that means all your loved ones that have died before you will be reincarnated, and you're not going to see them when you pass. So after your 49 days, then you have to go into a rebirth again. And you have
Right.
to do this shit all over again somewhere else, or maybe back on Earth again.
Who
I hate
knows?
that idea.
Who knows? You might bump into your loved one as another being or another human or
That's
something,
true.
you know?
That could be true. But to have to do it all over again, I don't know. Especially a loved one that you had a relationship with, that'd be a tough one.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with that one. But then again, Greg has told me things like your soul has fractions. So only a portion of your soul is living this existence on Earth, where another portion of your soul is up there in heaven.
Yeah.
Or another fraction of your soul could be living in another life on a different planet. You could have multiple lives happening all at the same time in different dimensions.
That's what I heard from other spiritualists too. They actually, I was watching I think it was Space Out Radio, and they had a person on there that was talking about. They actually showed a graphic of like 10 different places that your soul was, and then a fraction of it is in the what I like to call the Great Commune. It's not heaven. It's heaven, but it's not heaven. You know, it's where everything goes after everything. You know,
The in between, before
the in
heaven.
between. Yeah,
The in between, I think it's called. Yeah, or the Bardo. That's what they call it.
yeah,
is
the
that
Bardo.
intermediate. It's actually Bardo Thambal or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's another thing I'll tell you about the Tibetan Book of the Dead that surprised me. Do you know in the book there's rituals?
Yes.
Okay, and there's rituals on the Enlightenment and all kinds of stuff. And it's very similar to when we talked about the Satanic Bible, they had rituals. Also, there's another Book of the Dead that I think the Mayans did, or India's done them. And many different countries have these mortuary texts that are like Books of the Dead, and those old texts have rituals in them.
Uh-huh.
The Bible, at one point, before it was redone, had rituals in it. I find that very, very interesting. Don't you?
I think the Coptic Christians have rituals for death too.
Yeah, rituals.
The-
The
the old-
Byzantine Catholics as well.
Yep.
You ever gone to a Byzantine funeral?
Yes, they have. It was my great aunt's, and it was long too.
Yeah, they chant. Jim,
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever been to one, but they chant. They carry these incense, like lanterns, while
Yeah.
they walk through the church, and they're like these big square, very decorative, very Roman Catholic looking, and they have incense coming out of them, and they kind of like, and they have like capes and robes on. It's very Druid like. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they do that today, in today's modern age.
Right.
So, yeah. That kind of led us down a different path, but talking about the Buddhist thing. But the
Yep.
Buddhist thing is all about enlightenment and reaching
Exactly.
nirvana. And exactly what Monica Sola said, it's all about love. And
Right.
Janine Springs said the same thing. It's all about love. And that's why we come to Earth, because Earth is the hardest place to love unconditionally. Isn't that right?
Exactly.
So that's been the Tibetan Book of the Dead.
Yeah, it was a good read too. I would love to get the book itself and just read all about it. because would make a great movie too, or a great miniseries.
Yes, it definitely would. I guess it would be a kind of thing where it would be very cool if it was like Ancient Aliens. And
Yeah.
they did a whole program series about it, maybe on like the History Channel or something like that. I would totally watch it.
I do each Bardo a week.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. And today I just, like a lot of times, I just covered over the basics of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, but there is so much in there. And the ritual stuff is really cool. I thought it was super different.
It was different. I didn't expect it either. I thought it was going to be all about death, but it was, I hate to use this word in this day and age, but it was all about the transition.
Yeah, it's the transition, just like the butterfly, and that's why they talk about
Yep.
that. Yeah, that's very cool. All right, very cool. Well, this has been Matt Gutka, the Paranormal Chef. I want to thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us about the Tibetan Book of the Dead.
No problem.
Now, next week, we're not doing a paranormal segment. As you know, next week is the Real Men's Health Summit.
Cool.
Are you excited, Jim?
I have to figure out what to talk about.
Well, we're going to be talking about enhancements. We're going to be talking about being on your grind. We're going to talk about stuff that men like.
We'll see.
Not what women want men to like, what men really like. And it's a good show for you ladies out there to watch, to see what us guys really like and what we really think about.
Hey, Jim, don't talk about the robots next week either, please.
Sex robots.
Yes.
Or male masturbation toys.
Yes.
We won't.
What's all that stuff?
And we discussed it on the last Real Men's Health Summit. We talked about male sex toys. Remember what was that thing called? The stroker or something like that?
The stroker, yeah.
I know Jim got on Amazon and he's like, oh my God, I got to find this thing.
I'm going to bore you to death.
That's funny. Well, that's fun stuff. Okay. Well, Matt Gutka, thank you so much for joining
the
guys. Show. It's been the Paranormal Chef, and it's going to be very cool in May when we have your theme music for the show.
Cool.
And I have to mention it. Johnny Rocker, Conspiracy 216 is putting together our theme music for the Paranormal Chef segment. And we should have it in about 3 or 4 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, and I will be down for the boutique in Wellington, the 25th and the 26th.
As we like to call the Boo.
The Boo. I'll be down there 25th, 26th. Couldn't get off the 24th.
Excellent. I'm glad you'll be joining us. We have a ton of great music that's going to happen there. Not only music, but it's a really good vibe. And we talked about vibes earlier and talked about enlightenment. This is the type of place that you're going to be enlightened.
I want to go check out the shop too. So
excellent. All right. Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining Outlaw Radio tonight. We'll see you next week. Right?
See ya.
With the Real Men's Health Summit.
Awesome.
Take it easy, Matt. You be good.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, cool. So we're going to jump into some music, Jim. I have something very special for you. And as you know, you sent this to me earlier today.
Oh.
You know what's coming?
Yes, it's one of mine.
That's
it's the best time. It's the best part of the show, everybody.
Let's see. I got to find you. There you are. So this is a brand new song by Jim Bellinger. This song is called One of These Days. And would you like to give it a little intro before we get going?
Well, it's not a Pink Floyd song, and it's a blues song. It's a blues riff, Delta blues riff that I learned, and I decided to take that riff and make a song out of it.
Yeah, very cool. All right, this is One of These Days by Mr. Moonlight. Here we go.
I almost learned how to play blues guitar the Delta way. I almost learned how to play the Delta blues the right way. Maybe someday I'll learn how to play one of these days. One of these days I'll learn how to play the blues guitar the Delta way. Someday I'll get me a woman Well, someday I'll get me that woman who does what I do. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Someday she'll walk in my door. Someday she'll walk in my door. Someday she'll walk in my door. I'm gonna get myself a car and a job and maybe a haircut, and I'll learn how to play blues guitar the Delta way. Yeah, that's what I say. Oh yeah, maybe someday I'll learn how to play one of these days. I'll learn how to play blues guitar the Delta way. Oh.
Hell yeah, that's Jim Bellinger. Fantastic job, Jim.
Did you hear that part where I went, oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Tried to sound like Paul there a little bit. Did
Wait.
it work?
You're actually trying to do the Beatles thing?
Oh
now?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. I like that. That's one of these days, Jim Bellinger. I heard it in his studio just the other day.
Sounds better cranked up.
Yeah.
For
Well-
sure.
Well, it does take me a second to get to that point, to crank it, because we're talking and then I have to switch back on scenes and things like that. You guys have no idea.
There are settings that must be made.
That must be made.
The entire show.
Yeah. I have to go back and forth on levels with volumes because not everybody's volume is the right volume. There should be like a setting when they do mastering where it's the same level across the board for every type of program that you use, from Pro Tools to Fruity Pebbles to Cakewalk to BandLab to whatever those other ones are called. I can't think of all of them right now.
Well, they
You know
have
what I
that,
mean?
they have that software now that you don't even have to know music. You could just copy everything. There's no music involved. There's no playing. You don't need to know anything. Just move samples around and create a song. It's terrible.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the level. You know what I mean? Because like when we do the show and we play these different bands, every band has a different level. And you have to keep going back and forth and changing it all. But Marty Schleckman said, good song, Jim.
Thank you, Marty.
Matt Guka said, Jim, this is awesome. He loves it. And Sacred Vortex just wrote and said to us, he'll be in shortly. It's making me download Chrome. So he has to download Chrome before he can come on. So no problem. We'll wait for you. You're our interview tonight. So as soon as you come on, I will get right with you. So as we talked about, it's time for a change for Outlaw Radio. We're having two bands create something very special for us. We're having My Cleveland Project do our intro music for the show, which should happen sometime in May, because when we kick off Thursdays, when we start doing a Thursday show, like we discussed, we're going to have that, and then we'll also have Conspiracy 216 creating a song for the Paranormal Chef segment, which will be dark and spooky and metal and craziness. I told him to go something like Sabbath meets Conspiracy 216 with lyrics about paranormal and being spooky. So kind of that's the idea, but I want to have theme music for every segment. And then hopefully down the line, at some point we'll take one of your songs and add that to the Shenane, so we could have a Shenane little 20-second thing and have your music in there. What do you think about that?
That's a good idea.
I think that's a fantastic idea. Okay, so as I talked about, Next week's show is our Real Men's Health Summit, where we talk about what men really like. We'll be talking about enhancements. Get ready, Jim, because it's going to get frisky. We also have interviews with Lovesick Drug. I'm going to interview this guy right here, Mr. Moonlight. All this time, I've never had a chance to interview you.
I'll have no idea what he's going to ask.
Well, I've known you now for a year and a half, and I know a lot of good stories.
That doesn't mean that anybody else is going to know.
I know about your love life.
Oh, no, you don't.
I know some of it. Okay, so yes, I'll be interviewing Mr. Moonlight. It'll be a lot about music. And our interview just popped in, and I just need you to hold on 1 second. I'll get right with you. And also on next week's show, the Paranormal Chef is off, like I said, but Matt will join us. We'll discuss male enhancements, wellness, manifestation, reaching our goals. We have music by Lovesick Drug, Mr. Moonlight, Mud Junkie, Rev It Up, Choke Chain, Conspiracy 216, Paul Austin Band, Vintage Blonde, Idiot Cargo, and Starving Goddess. So it's going to be a big show.
Starving Goddess?
That is Angelina Green's song, Those Drugs.
Oh, okay.
Or we might play Species, whichever one. I don't know. But that's what we have on tap for next week's show.
Sounds very good.
Okay. And so right now we have somebody very special waiting in the wings. I'm about to bring him in because we're going to talk about even more enlightenment. Here we go.
Dave Kovatch. Settings, everyone.
Yeah. Here's settings.
Hey.
What's up, Dave? How
Hey,
you
Dave.
doing?
How are you?
Excellent.
You're at work right now?
I am.
Yes, he's at the Sacred Vortex, everyone. This is Dave Kovatch,
Got my toad
Sacred Vortex. Yeah, very cool.
toads behind me.
I know exactly where you're sitting,
Yes.
right by the door to go out to the patio.
Hmm.
Me and Jim love it there.
I really like that picture with the lady that has the two eyes on the one side of her face. That is a trip.
Yeah, great artwork there.
I just looked at that like for a half hour straight this week. It's amazing. Did you draw? Do you know who did that painting?
There's two of them. There's kind of similar.
Oh, are there? I just saw that one, I think, next to the games.
Very cool. All right, so Dave
yeah, that was
Kovatch.
painted by an artist in the in the Amazon rainforest. I bought that down when I was in South America a couple of years ago.
That is priceless, that picture.
Yeah,
or
he's
that,
got amazing
that
artwork.
drawing.
Yeah, everybody needs to go to Sacred Vortex. All right, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to turn the show over to Dave because we're going to let him talk. I want Dave to tell us about the history of Kava, Kratom, where it came from, everything you could tell us about it.
They're
And then I
botanical.
want you to tell us about Sacred Vortex. So you're on the spot.
Okay.
It's your turn.
So the first thing we serve is called Kava. It's a root that grows in the South Pacific Islands like Hawaii and Fiji, and it's been used for over 3,000 years, ceremonially, medicinally, socially. The indigenous drink it kind of like we drink alcohol. It's like a social lubricant. It contains an alkaloid called kavalactones, and kavalactones work on your GABA receptors, which are the same receptors as anti-anxiety medication. So it just kind of melts the stress and anxiety away and gives you this nice, clean, euphoric feeling, sense of well-being. There's no hangover. It's not impairing in any way. You can still drive your car. It's not habit-forming. And, yeah, it's wonderful. Very little downside. And then we also serve some botanical blends. The Sun Salutations is great for energy and focus. It's a great alternative to caffeine. The Jade is a little bit euphoric and has some pain relieving and anti-inflammatory properties. And then the red is the ruby is the most relaxing and has the most potent pain and anti-inflammatory properties.
Well, I got to try that one. That's the next one.
We also serve Kana, which is a succulent that grows in Africa. and it's like a natural SSRI, so a natural antidepressant. It boosts all your happy chemicals. If you're on traditional antidepressants, you don't want to drink that one because it can cause your medication to work too well and then cause other problems. And then we also serve ashwagandha. That's a wonderful plant that is also good for anxiety relief. It's really good for balance. And it's good for hormone regulation. A lot of women use it for perimenopausal symptoms. Um, Helps with hot flashes and all that good stuff. And then we also serve sacred lotus, and that's a water lily that's been used since ancient Egypt, and it's really good for meditation and lucid dreaming. So it helps you gain kind of control of your dreams. So um, makes it like a choose your own adventure. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Dave, I'll say this. I've had the Blue Lotus and I had lucid dreams the night that I drank it. I told you because I came back the next day and I was like, hey, man, I had a lucid dream after I drank that.
And then we also make kombucha. That is why I moved into the brewery here in Ohio City. I took over Platform Brewery at 41st and Lorraine, and I turned it into the largest non-alcoholic gathering space in the state of Ohio, and one of the biggest in the country. And I brew healthy things instead of beer. I brew kombucha with all the equipment. I also make botanical sodas with some of our herbal blends. Right now, we have a root beer, we have cream soda, we have a lemon ginger soda. Jim really likes that one.
Yeah, I like the apple pie too. The
Yeah, the caramel apple.
oh,
That's
that is
an energy
okay.
blend. And then our newest one is called Solar Nectar. That's our relaxing blend. That's with our Ruby Moon botanical blend as well as Blue Lotus. And that one is mango, passion fruit, cherry, and peach.
Oh,
It's delicious.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'll have to try that
Coming up
this
with new stuff
week.
all the time.
What was the shots that we had the other night when we were there?
I believe you had cacao, which is
Yes, that's
raw
right.
chocolate.
It tasted like a Yoo-hoo drink.
Yep.
It was really good. And what's the health? I couldn't remember. What's the health?
So cacao is unprocessed cocoa that they make chocolate out of, basically. It is a it's a fruit. The cacao bean is actually a fruit, and it's fermented and then chopped up or ground, and it contains, for one, theobromine, which is a very heart opening alkaloid. Just opens your energy and allows you to kind of relax and connect. And when it's processed into cocoa, that theobromine gets turned into caffeine, and so it's way better for you and a lot more medicinal benefits when it's not processed.
Oh, very
And
cool.
cacao also contains an alkaloid called anandamide, and anandamide is known as the bliss chemical. So just it helps give you this blissful feeling, and just it's
Well,
wonderful, wonderful medicine.
you're right.
Everything
It does.
here is wonderful. You have so many unique combinations, and uh, it's food for the mind, body, and soul.
And how did you get involved in all this? How did this come about? Because I
Ultimately, through um, my spiritual and sobriety journey, I've been sober from alcohol for over a decade, and these plants really help. I mean, you're drinking something that still makes you feel good. It's not like a non-alcoholic beer or a mocktail where it's something pretending to be it's something it's not. Um, these things still give you an altered state of consciousness and make you feel good and allow you to relax and connect with the people around you, and uh, This place is uh, kind of given birth to this incredible and incredibly diverse community. We have people in their late teens, early 20s, and people in their 70s that have become friends and hang out together all the time and go out to dinner and share wisdom and help each other. And I mean, that's what it's all about. And you're not going to find that in a traditional bar. You're just going to find a bunch of people bitching about their problems. And
I agree with you. That's the one thing I really liked about Sacred Waters when you had the place in North Olmsted. It's very community orientated. Everybody hugs there. Like you saw me hug him when I say goodbye. That's a big thing. And he believes in. We talked about the Tibetan Book of the Dead prior to the show, and he believes in like one love and the whole bit, and that's why we're here on Earth, is to learn about love. And I should also tell our listening audience, you're also a shaman. You spend time at the White Buffalo Ranch, right?
yes, my medicine mother is a Lakota medicine woman, and she's the keeper of the white buffalo for the tribal nations of the United States.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's something that we have to go and do and see the white buffalo. I've never seen a white buffalo, and I would love that.
So I'm trained in the Lakota medicine way, and I'm also initiated into an ancient tradition called the Paco Cuna tradition. It's an Andean lineage that predates the Incan Empire. It's very, very, very old, and uh, they lived uh, between 14 and 16,000 feet up in the Andean mountains. And when the Spanish came and invaded South America, they killed a bunch of them off. And a small portion of the tribe took back off into the mountains, and they were never found because they lived so high, and the Spanish never went up that high because they couldn't breathe. And
Oh wow!
it wasn't until the mid 50s when an anthropologist rediscovered them. They lived assumed to be extinct for over 550 years up in the mountains. And in the 50s, an anthropologist was in downtown Cusco, Peru, at a market, and saw someone wearing this unique textile that the Pakukuna are known for, with this specific pattern. And he asked the people, "Where did you get that?" And they said, "Oh, we made it. We live up in the mountains." So he was trained in this tradition, which is actually nature mysticism. I'm technically a nature priest. Um, and because we are the earth, there's no separation. And So he was tasked with bringing this tradition out into the Western world. And my teacher is comes from that direct lineage.
Oh, very cool. Hey, let me ask you another question. When you do your shots of Kava at Sacred Vortex, you say Bula. Where does Bula come from?
It's a Fijian word, uh, the Pacific Island language, and it means to long life and good health.
Oh, very cool. Also, here's another thing I want to ask you. At Sacred Vortex, you do specialty nights like on Mondays and Tuesdays and throughout the week. Can you give us a rundown of what you have going on this week?
Sure. So Mondays is a revolving event, very much community based. The first Monday of every month, we are actually starting a book club. The That first meeting is this first Monday in April. I believe it's the 7th. And we're going to be reading a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And it's a very dense book, very esoteric knowledge.
His puppies.
Yeah, my puppy's barking. Um, and it's just to help you live a more prosperous life. So we're going to go one chapter at a time, and so it'll be easy for people to kind of commit to reading one chapter a month instead of feeling like they're pressured to read a whole book every month.
Right, I
Each
gotcha.
chapter is more than enough to digest and discuss for an hour or two.
Yeah,
And
cool.
then the second Monday of every month, we have a creative writing circle. So we have there's two published authors that from the area that host it, and you can either come and share something you've been working on and get some feedback from the community, or there's a writing prompt every month, and we post that on our social media when we advertise the. It's called Verbal Alchemy. And then the third Monday of every month, we have a human design discussion group, and um, this is human design is kind of a mashup um, of astrology, the ancient Chinese I Ching, the ancient Kabbalah, as well as quantum physics. And it takes all of those systems and created one new system together. And it kind of uh, shows your life path and how you should be living and to make your life easier and you the most productive person you can be.
Yeah, very
And
cool.
the fourth Monday of every month, which is tomorrow, um, yeah, I guess we have 5 Mondays in this month, but the fourth Monday is a craft circle we call Bitch and Stitch. So we have a lot of crafters. This is the Sacred Vortex is very much a hub for artists, musicians, writers. It's truly a place for people to come in and express their souls, and build community. That's what uh what it exists to do.
Hey,
Our
Dave,
website is
Monica, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Monica asked if you had a website. Do you have a website?
yes, it's www.thesacredvortex.com. And
Cool,
then you can also find us on Instagram and Facebook at the Sacred Vortex Tea House.
cool. Hey, and then Tuesday nights you have your open mic night.
Like every Tuesday, we have an open mic that starts at 9, and that's really awesome. There's so many incredible musicians that show up and just jam together, and it's amazing the sounds people are producing together that have never played together either. So it's just all totally improv and amazing, and it's
You're
just
right.
better every week.
That's my favorite night. And let me also tell you this, Cleveland. It's fully backline. There's a drum kit. There's a keyboard. There's guitars. There's bass. There's amps.
Keyboards.
It's full sound system. Everything you need to go up and play. You don't even need to bring your own gear. They have everything.
Yeah, we have two guitar amps, maybe three, a bass amp, two keyboards, a full drum kit, a bunch of hand drums, um, four stage monitors. We have a total of 17,000 watt sound system. It's all QSC K2, top of the line.
It is a very nice sound system. And what's also nice is that you get musicians of all levels. So
Yep.
everyone has a chance to go up and play, and there's no competition or pettiness and shit like that because it's very community orientated, which is very cool. And
Yep. And then Wednesdays we do wellness events. We're working on getting something scheduled every Wednesday. It is we do guided meditation with intentional breath work, sound baths, things like that. And uh, then Thursdays we have karaoke every Thursday at 9, hosted by my shaman sister, Seven Glory Sunrise. And Fridays it's just kind of a chill day, and same with Saturdays. Um, we are open to live entertainment on the weekends, and we're starting to schedule a couple things here and there. I know you guys have a show coming up here in a couple of month and a half, maybe.
yeah, May 17th. It's
Birthday
Mr.
show,
Moonlight's birthday.
birthday show.
Looking forward to that. Yes.
He's going to play, and then we have a rockabilly band that's going to blow your socks off called Dwayne Albert's Devil's Rodeo. They're fun.
Next week, we have on Friday, Shelly and company are going to be playing. And then on Saturday, we have a band called the CLE Collective. And it's like jazz, blues, psychedelic kind of fusion. So that's going to be a really cool show.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I have a good time up there. I'll also say this to you. All of your, do you call them Kava tenders, or what do you call your bartenders?
Kava tenders.
Kava tenders. Okay, I was on the right path.
Yeah.
They are very knowledgeable. They know everything about Kava and Kratom.
Our most important responsibility here is education and harm reduction. You should know what you're putting in your body and what it's doing when it's in your body.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think they're all very talented. Hey, so let me ask you this question, because we're almost at the end here, and I want to ask you a spiritual question, because there are times that me and you do talk about spiritual stuff. Sundays is a day that you all get together called Moshi, and you talk about enlightenment, ascension, many things like that. What is your take on the Tibetan Book of the Dead's reincarnation? What do you think about that topic?
I think we keep recycling until we learn the lessons we need to learn and can move on. We definitely, human beings create karma, and that kind of builds from lifetime to lifetime, and we are creating, in the process, creating lessons that we need to learn and figure out and release when they no longer serve us. And then every time we release what no longer serves us, we elevate and level up.
Yeah, very good. I will say this about Dave. I've spent a lot of time with him, Jim, at Sacred Waters before we went over to Sacred Vortex. We had many conversations about personal things and business things and all kinds of stuff. Great guy to talk to if you have questions about enlightenment or just questions about life in general. He's got some really good insights. And I want everybody to go out and check out Sacred Vortex. They're at 4125 Lorraine Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. Very close to Ohio City. It's a great place. I love it there. We go Tuesdays and sometimes Thursday nights. But Tuesdays will be our thing to go. I love going up there and gym jams, and I've done it a couple times, I think. But Thursday's fun too. But you got a great place there.
Thank you.
And we love it there.
Totally.
I always enjoy hanging out with you fellas.
Yep, we always like coming up, and we'll see you Tuesday again for sure.
Cool.
Our favorite Kava tender is there, Eleanor. We have a good time with her. Had a great time singing.
Tuesday Kava tender. She's wonderful.
Yeah, she is. She's a great girl. We talked about her at the top of the show.
Good.
All right, well, I want to thank Dave Kovatch from Sacred Vortex for coming on the show. Thank you so much. I'll see you Tuesday night.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
See you, David.
Cool, Dave. You take care. And this next song goes out to you. This is the Gene Reed Band, and this is called Ganja Tea. You have a good day.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. Take it easy.
See ya.
Sipping ganja tea, sipping ganja tea. I Rima, sipping the ganja tea. There once was a magician, and he owned a herd of sheep. And always they would wander, man, I say his bounds they would not keep. So he placed a spell upon them to keep them on his land. And he told him their deliverance was practically at hand. Yeah, singing, sipping ganja tea, sipping ganja tea. I remind, oh, sipping the ganja tea. Yes.
salvation was virtually assured, and all they had to do was just believe him at his word. And even if the wolf should come and take them for his meal, well, there was no need to protest, to run or hide or squeal. Yeah, because we're sipping ganja tea, sipping ganja tea. I Rayman, oh, sipping the ganja tea. Hey! And so this same magician, when he had done this deed, he no longer had to watch his sheep or their escapades to heed. And they lived in quiet comfort, growing fatter every day. As one by one with good intent, he took them all away. Hey, singing, sipping ganja tea, sipping ganja tea. I Rayman, oh, sipping the ganja tea. Everybody singing, sipping ganja tea. Yeah, I'm a sipping the ganja tea, man. I say, I Rayman, oh, sipping the ganja tea.
Sucking on a big gummy.
Don't forget the gummies. It's all about the tea, I guess.
I thought you were going to say sucking on the big teat.
Oh, I almost did.
I know you wanted to. I said it for you, Jim. Shit.
It's a very healthy way to consume ganja is to sip tea instead of smoking it in your lungs, right?
Yeah, it's much better that way.
Smoking lungs isn't necessarily good, even if it's good ganja.
Even if it's vaping, it's not really great for you.
Vaping sucks.
Gummies are good. Edibles are lovely. Drinking ganja tea is fantastic. That was the Gene Reed Band with Drinking Ganja Tea. I told you I had different music for you, Jim.
Yes, I feel buzzed just listening to it.
It was a great
Not
interview
really.
with Dave Kovatch. That guy is fantastic. He's such a hard worker, too.
He has knowledge.
He has
about
knowledge.
Kava.
I really like that that writer's, what was it called? Oh, man, I fucking forget already. The Anarchy Writers thing that they do on Monday. I love that idea. I would love to write. You know, I took English Lit forever.
His Mondays are jam-packed. Every week there's a different topic, and it's very educational, mellow. Boy, we got to go to one of those.
Yeah, we should. I need to take you to a Moshi meeting. You would love it. And we need to go to the book reading thing. You could also read lyrics. You could also do poetry. You don't have to just write like an essay or a story. You could write your music down in lyrics and recite the lyrics, and everybody listens. They all talk. It's very cool. Very community.
Does he have a room upstairs I could move into? I could just go there every night. We're going already Tuesdays and Thursdays now.
Yeah.
Monday, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know why we're going Tuesdays. Tuesdays are great because it's open mic night. Thursday, I like to sing karaoke.
He's the singer, I'm telling you.
I love karaoke. I love singing songs. I have no idea how to sing. It's just so much fun to go up there and embarrass yourself on the first verse.
Well, wait until next week, or is this weekend maybe? We're going to get together with my Cleveland Project, and you're going to be on the line to sing that song.
Yeah. I've been practicing my singing, and I actually, this past week, went through my exercises of singing so I could get my voice back a little.
You mean like la 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 la, that kind of stuff?
La 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 la.
You didn't really do that.
No, I'm fucking with you. I did not. But I did smoke plenty of cigarettes.
Well, that'll help the raspiness and
That
make
will.
you sound like a better blues singer.
So Matt Gukas asked out there, does he bottle anything? And yes, he does. He bottles his kavas, his kratums, his kombuchas. He bottles everything. If you wanted to get like a, what are they called, a growler, they have those as well.
You know, I keep on forgetting to do that. What's that, apple caramel or something?
You can
That
get a
is
growler
the
of that.
best.
Keep it in your fridge. It's great. I love the kava. I would totally do it too. one of our ideas when I was with Lisa, when we had KZ Productions, was to have a refrigerator full of Kava. We could have Kava on demand. Isn't that cool? Hey, Angel Houston stopped by. She says hello. Hi, Angel.
Hello, everybody.
She's an angel, isn't she? She follows Matt J. Chase. She follows our show now. Thank you so much for joining the show, Angel.
Thank you.
But yeah, Matt, you got to go out there. Very cool place, very chill vibe. You just feel like it's community and you belong. It's so nice. I have a great time. And everybody is so knowledgeable. You could go in there and ask all kinds of questions. They're very friendly. I've never had a negative experience at Sacred Vortex or Sacred Waters.
They have a great tree out in the back patio area with all these great lights on it. It's quite a sight.
Oh, the
and
patio.
all the art too. He has so much different art. Like it's you could just spend so much time just looking at what's in the place.
Yeah, it's very cool. He's got an altar set up. It's got feathers. It's so cool, man. He's got books there. And the cool thing about it, Angelina and Monica, I'll tell you out there, is that he's got board games. He's got tarot cards. He's got books. He's got all kinds of puzzles and stuff. You could occupy your whole day there. There's people that just come in and bring their laptop and do work and have the drinks, man. They play great music. It's a cool community vibe place, right?
You need to buy a drink, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't just hang out and no solicitation. Or what is that? No.
Loitering.
Loitering.
No loitering, you losers. You actually have to buy a drink, as you would anywhere you would go. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to play another song, and when we come back, we have the shenane, because we're all about ruffling feathers. You seen a ruffle some feathers earlier today with our tidbit story about Spotlight Cleveland. Now we're going to ruffle some feathers talking about something very cool and very controversial. But when we come back, we'll be discussing it. So stay tuned, Cleveland. We have something brand new for you. Are you excited, Jim?
No. I'm nervous.
You should be, because the amount of hate that's going to come your way after this is going to be fan-fucking-tastic. Hate him for a change, not me so much. All right, so this is Idiot Cargo. This song called Daddy's Home. And Daddy is home.
I bought a 12-pack just the other day. I put it in the fridge where I hoped it would stay. I opened the door to get me a brew, and all I saw was a can of Junk Goose and too many cigarettes and not in a bill. 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 So I took a run down to that store again. Open all night, I had money to spend. I found my favorite parking spot, but the coolers were empty. Not even a drop, she said. Too many cigarettes and not in a bill. Too many cigarettes and not in a
Stadler, baby. Too many cigarettes, not enough beer. I don't know. Cigarettes and beer seems like a good time. Cigarettes and ganja and beer seems even better. Maybe even a kava instead of the beer sounds even better than that. But that was Stads, the big dog from Cleveland. Too many cigarettes, not enough beer. You know what it is right now that's happening? We have something big happening in this country. We have somebody going after those guys and fixing our economy. But we have something even better than that. We have Jim Bellinger,
I could
With-
tell you.
the Shenane. Take it over, Jim.
Here we are once again, folks. And I'm
Hell
going to
yeah.
talk about something that everybody is probably concerned with. My source is the Daily Wire. And the article is by Luke Rosiak. He did this on March 19th. And it's entitled Inside the Now Shuttered Federal Agency Where Employees Lived Like Reigning Kings. And that is not an exaggeration, Jeff. They did things you just can't believe, the advantage that they took of all the taxpayers in this country. So one of
Millions.
the small
Billions.
7 federal agencies that President Donald Trump ordered downsized or eliminated recently was rife with corruption, big time, with its employees hiring friends and relatives, commissioning paintings of themselves,
Jesus, man.
and using government credit cards to indulge in constant luxuries. The Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service, the FMCS, is what we're talking about. They occupied a 9-story office tower on DC's K Street for only 60 employees in this 9-story building. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Many of whom actually worked from home prior to the pandemic. Its managers had luxury suites with full bathrooms. One manager would often be in the shower when she was needed. Taking a shower at work, you have your own shower. I know big dogs have that, but this is something. The FMCS recorded its director as being on a year's... Ooh, I got lost here.
Lost in the moment.
On a years-long business trip to D.C. so he could have all of his meals and living expenses covered by taxpayers simply for showing up at the office.
Jesus.
What?
I want a job like that.
Yeah, I want a job.
Where can I apply?
Hey, we could have everybody pay for all our food.
All our crap.
Yeah, why should I pay anything? The FMCS is a 230 employee agency that exists to serve as a voluntary mediator between unions and businesses. As an independent agency, its director nominally reports to the president, but the agency is so small that in effect that there is no oversight at all, and it showed, becoming a real-life caricature of all the excesses that the Department of Government Efficiency has alleged take place in government. This reporter, the reporter that did this, spent a year investigating this. I think that's pretty cool. It's kind of neat that he's.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. How long did he do this? When did he do this? He spent a year doing this. About 10 years ago, he did this. So,
Jim, did you say they worked with unions and stuff?
well, yeah. When unions have, when there's a dispute between a union and a company, they could bring in a mediator.
Right. So they probably have meetings and they go to meetings and they meet with people. Can you imagine what those expense reports are like?
Well,
I bet they're outrageous.
it didn't. The whole article. It's very long. I'm only doing a little tidbit, but it's just incredible the abuses that they did here. So let me continue.
Take it away.
Okay. This
for the
reporter,
bomb.
well, I already did that. Where am I? This reporter, I might be repeating myself, spent a year investigating the agency a decade ago, and I found egregious and self-serving violations of hiring, pay, contracting, and purchase card rules. One thing I could not discover is why the agency actually existed other than to provide luxurious lifestyles for its employees. It's incredible. Endless junkets to report destinations, which employees openly used to facilitate personal vacations, were justified as building awareness of the agency in the hopes that someone would actually want to use its voluntary services. In this article, it didn't say anything about any work that they actually did. I don't have any evidence that they actually provided mediation services to anyone. I guess maybe they did.
Man.
So the FMCS seemed quite clearly to exist for the benefit of those on its payroll and not much else. One employee told me, or the writer, not me, but the writer, let me give you the honest truth. A lot of FMCS employees don't do a hell of a lot, including myself. Personally, the reason that I've stayed is that I just don't feel like working that hard.
Oh,
Yippee!
man.
Plus, the location on K Street is great. Plus, we have these oversized offices with windows. Plus, management doesn't seem to care if we stay at lunch a long time. So can you blame any of them for wanting to work there? I think it's a disgrace, though. I don't think I'd want to conduct my life where I'm
Yep, down on
pretending
them,
that I'm
man.
working and I'm living off somebody and just ripping people off. That's not in my makeup.
Did you hear about this, Jim? Did you hear about that the USAID was giving credit? They were getting credit cards for people like the daughter of like Michelle Obama or something like that, $1 million credit on these credit cards that they were just giving them to these people.
Well,
it's amazing.
They're doing something like that here at the FMCS, the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service. It's all made up. Top FMCS official George Cohen used a recreation and reception fund to order champagne and $200 coasters for his office and to purchase artwork painted by his wife. Hey, we've heard somebody else do that recently, right?
Yeah, we
Not
did.
by the wife, but this guy was a lot better than we thought, though. The tiny agency commissioned paintings of its top employees, as one employee told me, like they were reigning kings or something. Can you imagine the arrogance walking around? I think I need a picture of me in this office right now.
Like a huge portrait?
This guy said, this employee said, I've never seen anything like it before. They spent $2,400 retouching the portrait of someone who briefly held the top job in an acting capacity. FMCS employees unblocked their government credit cards to turn off typical abuse protections, then used them to apparently fund personal expenses and simply bill anything they liked to the government. One employee leased a BMW, another an IT director, James Donnan, billed the government for his wife's cell phone, cable TV at both his home and his vacation home, and even his subscription to the USA Today. They didn't. I'm sure the government paid for their toilet paper too. You know.
I'm sure they paid for absolutely everything. I'm sure their expenses, their lunches, everything was probably paid for. I bet they brought catering in.
Oh, yeah, they did.
I assume, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me continue here. There's an employee, Dan Funkhauser, used his FMCS card to rent a storage unit near his home in rural Virginia, 2 hours from the office he was supposedly working at, which was used to store personal possessions such as a photo album of his dog, Buster. Funkhauser also spent $18,000 at a jewelry store near his house and destroyed all purchase card records upon leaving the agency. An audit said this. An audit said that.
Man.
So they were audited, and nothing happened for 10 years. This guy did this 10 years ago, knew this, and tried to talk about it, and he got absolutely nowhere. When Charles Burton retired from FMCS, he incorporated an LLC to which other FMCS employee paid $85,000 using his purchase card, listing it as a call center service. Totally made up, even though the company had neither a website nor a working phone.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it gets better, but we only have so much time and so much fun today. When an accountant, Carol Booth, blew the whistle on financial abuses to the General Services Administration, someone tried to blow. Tried to tell the General Services Administration about this, which manages purchase cards and contracting. Cohen forced her to send an email, which she actually wrote under her name, rescinding the statement. I mean, there's no end to what's going on here. Like something out of The Office, the employee spent an inordinate amount of time and money congratulating one another for being employed there and engaging in work that really amounted to pampering themselves. They did no work here. One purchase was for $30,000 on trinkets, making employees anniversaries.
I wish we had a cash register sound, because every time you say that, instead of the drum roll, it could go cha-ching.
We got to mix that up
Cha-ching.
a little bit. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pink Floyd money or something.
Yeah. Cha-ching.
The agency's
Fuckers.
office was absurdly oversized, but it refused to move. It hired a consultant for a hallway improvement project to decorate the hallway. It had
Cha-ching.
It had an in-house gym for employees
Oh,
and purchased
God.
a $1,000 TV for the gym, a $3,800 ice maker, and a $600 stereo. The expenses that were actually business related were hardly better. It paid, for example, $895 for Suzanne Nichter's enrollment in the English Essentials, a grammar refresher course, and $735 for Stewart to attend listening and memory skills development course.
Cha-ching.
She needed a course to attend listening and memory skills.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching. That's your money. That's our taxpayer freaking money.
Now that I think about it,
Man.
to attend listening and memory skills, maybe that's something I could check into
Cha-ching.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
No, you don't qualify because you're a citizen of the United States. If you were, now this is going to get me in trouble. I'm just going to say it because I don't care. If you were a migrant, it'd be free. If you were,
Unreal.
I'm not even going to go there. But you know what? Unreal, dude. Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
FMCS used federal jobs as a spigot of cash for friends and relatives. Allison Beck, a former union lawyer who became a top FMCS official, employed her sister-in-law as a special assistant, and an inspector general found evidence that she tried to create a high-level job for a friend. Create a job, no problem.
Oh, my God.
This is all true.
Jim,
this is just scratching the surface. I mean, we're talking pennies here when we're only talking $18,000 or $40,000. How about $1 billion or $500 million that
Janine said,
throwing around?
Why not just install a movie theater?
Well, I think they wanted to do that, I think.
A bowling alley, movie theater. Hey, down on aisle 4 is a bar. Cha-ching.
So this agency, the employees allegedly steered contracts to friends, allowing them to write the statement of work that would be used to choose the contract winner, resulting in, of course, their own selection. Such trainers were paid $1,500 per day
Cha-ching.
per person to train FMCS staff, plus $163 an hour for travel.
Oh, my God.
If it took an hour, you get $163. It's a shame they had to take taxes out of that, probably.
Yeah. Hey,
isn't that a shame?
Normally, for us citizens, a good job would give us like 37 cents a mile, maybe 40 cents a mile. A good job. Most places, you don't get nothing. You don't get dick. Hey, I could tell you know what the benefits are at my job? We get free pop.
And every once in a while, the place floods, right? And you get all wet and everything, I hear.
And you burn yourself.
They don't know how to fix a pipe where you work or something, is what you were telling me.
Oh, I'm going to get in trouble.
When a low-level employee eventually said the extra travel pay ran afoul of federal rules, the contractor made clear he viewed it as an entitlement, huffing, "Work we have successfully performed for the agency for more than a decade at great personal sacrifice." Can you believe the personal sacrifice they had?
The more Jim reads and continues on, it just gets uglier.
It gets worse and worse.
And uglier.
I shall add, will be taken away unless we comply in an unquestioning matter with your edict, whatever that word is. I could go on and stuff, but I think you got the gist of it.
Yeah. Very.
So that pretty much concludes this. I think it was a very good investigation that this guy did. So every once in a while, you do find a reporter that actually. They are out there. This guy worked hard to get this information, and he's been doing it for years. So congratulations.
It was a good story by the reporter. It was a good find by Jim, and it was a really good shenanigans today.
Well, thank you very much.
I think you lit it on fire. And let me also say this. I am not saying that this is a total liberal thing or a Republican thing or a libertarian thing. This is our freaking government. And this is how they've been conducting business with our taxpayers' money.
There was no oversight with this agency for years. They did what they wanted.
Decades and decades of stealing our money, man. Fuck you, government.
I need a picture of myself on the wall right there. Let's pay $2,000 for somebody to do that because
Oh man,
I'm so important.
I would have a pool table. I'm going to have a pool table in my office. I'm going to have a huge, huge mural of me laying in just a little bathrobe showing some leg.
$163
I'm gonna
an
have
hour for
caviar.
travel. For travel. Oh,
You could have a limo take you to work every day with $163.
I could hear someone saying, "Oh, it's a shame I only live an hour away. I wish I lived 5 hours away or something." You could get $700 pay even before you make it to work.
I would live 5 minutes
Cool,
away
man.
and still ask for the $163.
Oh man.
And just I would take a limo 5 minutes away from my job every freaking day. That's how insane it is. And they probably could get away with that. That's the sick part. That's the fucking I give up. I can't do it, Jim.
Okay, well, now
just
that everybody's worked up, maybe we need some of that kava to mellow out.
Oh, Matt Guka said he can't wait to hear what the Pentagon spends and wastes on money.
Oh yeah, this
it's
is
gonna
pennies compared to the Pentagon with what 500 million.
Oh,
is
it's going to be
already
great.
saved.
It's going to be glorious. Hey, you know the best part is the reason why they don't want you to look into the Treasury Department or Social Security or any of those is because they've been stealing and sucking on the teat of American taxpayers forever. Forever, man.
It's so interesting what's happening right now and what they're doing. They, as you know who they, Trump. And
I'm going to say
Elon.
this. Trump, I don't even think of him as a Republican or a Democrat or a Libertarian. This guy is like a gunslinger, right? He's like an outlaw. I don't think he really pertains to any party. He's on his own agenda. And them finding out about all this stuff is long overdue. I'm so happy it's happening in our lifetime.
And these people asking him questions, they got to be careful now. He gets on them immediately. It's really funny. It's something to listen to.
Hey, Marty said, thanks, Jim and Jeff, for exposing that shit. Hell yeah. And I'll tell you this, Marty. There's been times that Jim did the shenanigans, and then we saw the story come out days later. When he's on top of
I'm kind
the
of ahead of
shit.
things that little
He
bit.
is.
You know.
Oh, I also have to say this thing about Jim. I meant to tell you this earlier in the show, and I forgot about it. But
Gimme.
you know what? This guy right here, last year at this time, I was looking at your numbers. You had like 600 views on Facebook throughout the month. Now he's up to almost 8,000. Do you know that? I looked at your numbers from your music that you play and stuff we've uploaded. Hundreds and hundreds of views.
Starting
And
to
I just
get
want to
there.
wish you congratulations.
Still have a long way to go. I don't know how these people are getting all these hundreds of thousands of views and stuff like that, but
Well, it's tough.
maybe
Hey,
we'll figure it out.
I saw this guy had like I can't remember how many 86,000 views, and he got paid $300.
No, I know. I heard
Something
about
like
that one. It was today. I think he.
Yeah, you saw
I think
that?
It was like 1 million views.
Yeah,
and he got like
may have been.
$400
Look.
for 1 million views or something. So
Yeah.
it's really worth it to put all your effort into getting your songs played for 2.5 cents.
I'll tell you this. Let's talk about Spotify and them. They're ripping us off. They're completely raping you as a musician. That's why it's so important to sell merch at a store, at your shows, and it's so important to make your own CDs and have your friends and family and fans buy them, and listeners out there that want to hear your music. It's super important. And that's the thing. That's the whole shenizzy on that. But again, Jim, great job.
Well, thank you. I wish I had the time to read everything else. There's one more thing this person did. Cohen, for his part, he steered work to his previous employer despite signing ethic forms saying he would not. They're getting away with all of this. I worked for an insurance company. If I walked in the office and said, I want a picture of myself above my desk, they'd show me the door in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, I'm sure we're going to discuss more and more of it as we go. We're going to take a break. We're going to play a song, and when we come back, we're going to recap and tell you what we got coming up for next week again and what we have on our schedule.
Okay.
Right? So this is a song. This is a very cool song. I like it a lot. I've been talking about it all week long. This is my Cleveland project. This song is called To the Moon and Back, and this song also has a very cool message.
Very
Check
cool.
it out.
I want to hear it.
It's awesome.
Good guys.
The evil inside of me has chained me to these walls. I tried to break free, but I can't seem to at all. The strings are hardened, and now a part of me. Evil has taken its hold, and I can't get free. Life I was given been full of tears and pain. Evil's made its mark on me throughout the years. But I'm not saying I brought this all upon myself. I'm so weary. Someone reach out to me. The sun upon my desperate face, I know I'll make it to live another day. You whispered words of wisdom carried through the night. Evil burns deep inside. It's an endless fight. Left a hard and lonely life. The twists and turns of fate wouldn't set me free. And when you reached out and gave a helping hand, the evil deep inside seems to disappear.
Fuck yeah.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
My Cleveland project.
Freaking A.
You walked out on water when I was drowning in the sea. I love that line. I listen to that song all the time. Great, great song, great message. To me, it makes me feel like I'm being saved. And I love that. Great job, guys. What do you have to say, Jim?
Well, I like the song. I think it was one of the better ones that played tonight. I even admit it. Might be better than mine. I hate it when that happens. Not really. It's not a competition, Jim.
No, it's not a competition. Everybody is in it together. There are no competitors in the game of life.
There's no competitors in Cleveland right now. Are there?
I don't know.
With us?
I don't care. Don't care. But
Quite frankly,
Distant Sun Rising said, dude, that chorus.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Very uplifting.
Nice strings
Loved
at the
it.
end.
Very good. Jim, I had a great time tonight.
I did too. It went by too fast.
It always does.
We got to go get something to eat. I haven't eaten anything since last night at 9 o'clock. So I'm at 24 hours. I've been fasting. I eat once a day now. And that's the only way I could lose weight.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say.
A lot of people are fasting right now. A lot of people are taking their health.
I haven't eaten in 24
Very
hours,
important.
and I'm not even hungry.
Yeah.
I'm really not. It's amazing. You get to a point to where you get used to it, and it's the habit that drives you to want to stuff your face. You know, you just have to get past it.
Well, now we're going to go to Smedley's and probably completely pig out.
Yeah. They had great burgers there. I wonder if they still do. I bet they do.
No, I hope so. I hope it's fan-freaking-tastic. I had a great time tonight.
I did too.
Yeah. We have a lot coming up. Jim, let's talk about this next week, what we got going on. So, what we got going on is Tuesday night, you can find Outlaw Radio, Jim and I, hanging out up at Sacred Vortex for open mic night.
That is right.
Jim will be bringing his guitar and maybe even his songbook so he can actually play a song and not just jam.
Right.
I've heard you jam a million times. I want to hear you rock out with one of your songs. I want to see them play with you like Josh Donato did.
I want a song. I don't want to just jam to a nothing.
Yeah, I think that'd be very cool. And then Thursday night, of course, we're going to have our pre-production meeting like we always do. And then we're going to go out to Sacred Vortex again. It's karaoke night. It's the night I get to sing.
What else are we doing? Are we going to schedule something with my Cleveland project this week?
Not this week, because I have to do,
I mean, how about this weekend?
Not this weekend.
No, I guess
the following Thursday we will.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you guys are out there listening, my Cleveland project.
I
can't do it this week. I have something I have to do Thursday night at Sacred Vortex, and I can't tell Jim about it until that night because it's a surprise.
They're going to call the shots. When I go there, I'm going to put my guitar on and I'm going to play and I'm going to do whatever they want me to. But I do have some ideas with the song, and some of it are lead parts and some of it are rhythm parts, and some of it has to do with a counter melody going along with the vocals. So maybe we'll need to record like 2 or 3 of my tracks, and obviously you don't have to use any of them if they don't work.
Yeah. Okay. Not a big thing, man. That sounds great. Well, we have some cool stuff coming up, and we're just going to get it out right now. Besides this week, what we're doing, we have to start getting ready for the boutique. We have to start lining up the type of music that we're going to play. I have to start working on not swearing so darn much.
It was not a good episode for cursing.
No, but it got me all freaking fired up about the government, and I had to drop a few F-bombs.
Well, I'm glad you did there.
Nothing's more explosive than a big fuck you, U.S. government. Nothing's more explosive. And I'm done.
Good night.
Good night. Jim is hungry. He wants to end the show so we can go eat. Right, Jim?
Yes.
All right. So, guys, we've had a
World's
great
End.
time.
Wanted to make a mention to World's End. I know they're going to be playing somewhere soon, and we got to go there.
Yeah, let's take a look. We'll take a look real quick when we finish out the show, and I'll show you where they're playing. and I'll show everybody where they're going to be playing. The other thing I want to
Best
say
band
is
in Cleveland.
next week, don't miss out on the Real Men's Health Summit. Not only will we be talking about men's stuff that we like to do and hot chicks and boobies and stuff like that, we're also going to talk about serious stuff like men's health and being on your grind and achieving your goals and manifesting, if that's a thing. But we're going to talk about manifesting. And we are Cleveland's #1 music news show. You can't take that away. We won it.
And we want it all right now.
And we're going to win it again. Hopefully. Anyway, so my Cleveland Project said they can't wait until we're in the vocal room and in the guitar room.
Okay,
and
cool.
Making rock and roll happen. We can't wait either. It's going to be a lot of fun. Even this time probably going to be more fun because we know each other a little bit. And when me and Jim get warmed up to you, we have even more fun. So if you thought last time was fun, this time will even be more fun. Right?
Fun, fun, fun.
Always
Beach
fun.
Boys.
So Distant Sun Rising, I want to thank you so much for all the great comments. Matt Guka, the Paranormal Chef, thank you so much for staying with the show and being part of the show. Janine Spring, thank you so much.
Dave,
thank you so much. Angel, thank you. Johnny Rocker.
guy's smart.
Mark Berry, Angelina Green, everybody out there, all the people on LinkedIn. I want to thank Jamie over at LinkedIn and Fred and all them for joining the show today. Very cool. Our friends over at X, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I like those 4. Those are the 4 that we're going to go with. Cool.
Okay, dokie.
All right, so let me set this up for the end of the show. And you guys can catch us next Sunday at 7 o'clock. We won't be doing a Thursday show. We're not going to start that until May 29th when we bring on Leslie.
Oh, that's right. We didn't talk about Leslie, but we will maybe next episode.
Tell us a minute about Leslie while I get us set up to do the end of the show. Okay.
Oh, I've known Leslie since I was like 24, 25. I worked in Lakewood and met her in the Lakewood Center North building, and we've been friends ever since. And she has great interest right now in the afterlife. What kind of stuff is she?
Dolores Cannon is going to be our topic for when we bring her on the 29th. That'll be our first Thursday night show. We're going to start somewhere around 4 o'clock because she's an early riser and goes to sleep very early, like 5 o'clock. So we're going to do like a early evening show on Thursdays starting May 29th throughout summer. And also we'll have our Sunday night show at 7, but after summer's over, we'll just go back to doing our Sunday nights. But Leslie will be on. We're going to talk Dolores Cannon, afterlife, soul contracts, all that.
I guarantee
good stuff.
that you will all like Leslie. Yes, you will. She's very bubbly, has a lot to say, and knows a lot about what she's going to be talking about. Different planes of existence, stuff like that.
And let me also say that Jim dated Leslie when he was 19 years old.
Well, not when I was 19.
Well, how old were you?
I don't know. I was out of college, probably 25 or something like that. She was a few years younger than me.
Yeah,
maybe she's listening right now, but I'm thinking she's probably in bed.
She's probably in bed, but she's going to listen later.
Well, so we're very excited to have her on the show. I'm
it's going to be fun.
Really looking forward to it. She's going to really add to the show, I bet.
Yeah, I'm excited. I talked to her for a little bit. I think it's going to be a very cool segment. And then Thursdays will just be a 1-hour show. It's going to be Outlaw Radio Nation, we're going to call it. It's going to be dedicated to our friends, family, and our listeners out there. So we're going to show a lot of photos. We're going to talk about our shout-outs and do all that stuff on that Thursday show and play a few tunes.
Well, very good.
So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to end the show today with PCD 555. The song is called Hear My Call. It is a band from France, and I think they're pretty cool coming from France. So this is it. I want to say goodbye, Cleveland.
Goodbye, adios.
Stay sleazy, and we'll see you later.
Don't curse.
Later, Cleveland.
I was born like an hurricane. Middle of nowhere, stop my rain. for sure you will not shame. The heart of pimples, the silence, bloody rain. Don't try to escape, or you will not the pain. Here I am, roaming across the land. I'm looking for you, and I will take your soul. Here I am, roaming across the land. Don't try to escape, or you'll hear my call. Hear my call. Time of atomic nuclear age of flame. Build a head, your body has your cage. Pressure, you prefer the plane. Come on, guys, you will die by vague. By a high elemental concern. Your concern is my concern. Here I am, roaming across the land. I'm looking for you, and I will take your soul. Here I am, roaming across the land. Don't try to escape, oh you hear my call. Hear my call. I was born like an hurricane. The heart of dimples, the sides bloody rain. Here I am, roaming across the land. I'm looking for you, and I will take your soul. Here I am, roaming across the land. Don't try to escape, or you'll hear my call. Hear my call.
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio.